in those super chats there. A disappointing night last night, Jay. Battered, really. I got called out for saying you got battered last night, but I watched the game and thought West Ham were better than you in almost every single facet of the game. They smashed 3 goals past you. How do you feel about going out of the tournament last night and the performance in general? You're on mute, bro.
It's a shock. It's shocked.
That's the technical errors. But as I was saying, yesterday I was at the game. One of the longest nights I feel like every away game I've gone to, we've lost. It's a streak going back to last season. Kind of terrible. But to go on the game itself, when the games go like that, I'm just unbothered, man. I feel like our heart for the... To be honest, not even talking about the performance. When I saw the Arsenal team, I didn't complain much because that's the team I predicted. I did make wholesome changes in my lineup. But when I saw the West Ham team, I said to my friends outside the ground, we're going out. I just said we're going out. We're playing the Premier League side and we're playing our basically B team who hardly play together. So it's tough. It is a tough game. But performance-wise, that was just embarrassing. Kai Havertz, who I actually had hope for in the summer.
What?
I haven't even got a word to describe him. Let's not talk about him. But Gabriel, I'm starting to look at Gabriel, Zinchenko, and these guys. I'm thinking long term in this Arsenal team, are they even going to be there if we go to that next level? Like let's be honest now. Zinchenko can't defend, so that's not sustainable. Top player on the ball, some of the things he does with his feet beyond this world. But I feel like once City give up these players, they know what time it is. They know what time it is when it's time to sell on these players. So I'm seeing him for the Kudus goal, and I'm thinking, bruv, is there a left back on the pitch? You just seeing it float over his head, and it's in the back of the net. And Gabriel, the more I watch him, is the more I'm just thinking, Arsenal fans that talk about this guy being top this, top that, he can't pass a football. He just can't, man. He's clumsy on the ball. The teammates know it. Neutrals know it. So all these little things I'm not too happy with. But apart from that, it's on the League Cup, man. So I'm not.
What do you mean it's only the League Cup, bro? I don't get that mentality,
yeah,
bro.
Because obviously Man City, you guys have been starving for years and you've been eating that League Cup up. So obviously you love it. But as an Arsenal fan, Wenger's been here from, 96? He's never taken it seriously, which is probably why the last time we won it was 93. Never taken the cup seriously. We've always made wholesome changes. So that's just what happens.
Is it not time to change? Like,
now, me personally, I want it to change, man. Because look at the teams that are left. Even though West Ham did get Liverpool away, I'm thinking there's a chance to win it. It's a trophy. Like, we hardly win anything. It's 5 FA Cups in 20 odd years. I want to switch it up. I want more silverware.
Let me ask you a question, Jay. So a minute ago you said it's only the Carabao Cup, but then you say you want to win more trophies. Which is it?
It's a bit of both, Terry, man.
How?
No, you have to choose one. You have to choose one.
I can't choose one though, because even next season we're gonna play a second fiddle team. Until Arteta changes, but to be honest, if Arteta wins nothing, he can't keep trying to prioritize competitions because he's like, we need to start winning stuff. But I'm just used to going out of the League Cup and playing youngsters and second fiddle teams. So
I think Arsenal's focus has to be trying to win the league, which I don't think they'll win because Arsenal is capable of winning the league. So that's not a realistic target. But they have to at least try and attempt to mount a title challenge.
How can the Premier League not be a realistic target?
It's not. Like you know, and I know that realistically speaking, no.
What do you mean it's not?
Let's be real, bro. Let's be real. Come, let's just be
real. How can the
It's not
Premier League
realistic.
not be a realistic target?
Tricky, we'll get to Spurs. We'll get to Spurs as well. Like, I'm here to be real. I'm here to be real.
Last season. So how can it not? What's our target then? What are we doing?
No, your target is to compete, not to win. It's to compete. The FA Cup and to compete. You're not realistic. There's not a realistic notion of Arsenal or Tottenham winning the league. That's not realistic.
Okay, cool. Honestly, wait, please. Man to man, if we do, let's talk in May and come back on this show and just clip what you said.
What it's not happening. What's there to come back to? It's not happening.
Sorry, what are you saying, Patrick?
So I'm just saying, what is Jay saying that they're going to win the league? Do you believe Arsenal are going to win the league this season?
There's a chance. That's what we're playing for. That's why we're playing Newcastle. I want to beat them. It's because we're trying to win this league. What else are we doing?
There's a chance. I mean, yeah, there's always a chance. But do you believe?
No. It's not always a chance. We're in a title race.
No, I said, do you realistically believe? Everybody has a chance, bro. Scunthorpe have a chance of getting promoted to the Premier League.
Why are you guys downplaying Arsenal? Have you seen our team?
When last did you win the league, Jay? When last did you win the league? When last?
But I don't care about the.
I asked a simple question.
Okay,
when last did you win the league?
2004.
That's a long time ago. That was before the MCU, before Iron Man, before the Dark Knight. That was a long time ago. So Jay, my thing though is, last season you could have stolen the title. That was your chance to take a steal. You failed to steal that title. It ain't never happening again.
The players ain't go. They haven't gone anywhere. The players haven't gone anywhere. We got Declan Rice, Moyes, Odegaard, Saka. They're all still here.
Have hope again with the just a statement.
Wait, I don't understand.
So, have hope is like love the state. I love you, man.
Now you're
like
about
the
state.
No. Judgment. I mean, I did an absolute.
A team that got 50 points out of a team that got 50 points out of the first 19 games. They were not serious. This is what we're saying here. Okay, 50 points. They were on course.
George, did they win? Yes or no?
For the season.
George Mo, did they win? Yes or no?
Liverpool didn't win with 1 point. Give me a break.
You're not looking at our team. You're downplaying the word Arsenal, but you're not being realistic in what you're saying.
Okay, look, I want to come back to this conversation in a minute. I don't want to get away from the comment about the Carabao Cup. Kate, he has just said that he doesn't really care about winning the Carabao Cup. Is that the right attitude for Arsenal, maybe their manager, maybe their players to have? Should football clubs the size of all of ours on this show be disregarding major trophies?
For me, that's just a load of waffle. Absolute excuses, FC. Exactly the same way Tottenham fans came out and said, oh, it's only the Carabao Cup. Arsenal, Tottenham, anyone really except City should be going all out to win this cup. And City are the ones that least have to go all out to win it, and they always win it. But all fans want are trophies. They don't give a monkeys about whether you come second. You know, Arteta did it last year, puts all his eggs in one basket, you end up winning nothing. Yeah, you sit there as an Arsenal fan and call Ten Hag a fraud. There's no bigger fraud in football than Arteta. He was gifted Arsenal on a plate, and he is an awful manager. An awful manager. Honestly, you wait and see. In a year's time, 2 years' time, you'll be sitting there saying, oh, I'm so glad Arteta's gone. This ain't going to last. It's going to start dropping. He is a complete fraud. He hasn't earned his stripes to get where he is. He's just been gifted it because... Sorry?
Why did you lose home and away then?
Oh, 2 games. All right, congratulations. Do you get a trophy for that?
Season?
Yeah, but do you get a trophy for that?
No, but if we're so bad, why is everyone on this panel? Why can't you
No. And then listen, we're weeks into a project. We're weeks into a project, and we had people from your club, fans, on every Spurs channel. Oh, we're going to batter you 5-0, 5-1. It's going to be an absolute slaughtering. You scraped a draw. No. And yet Arsenal fans still... No, mate. No. You was dead lucky you got the draw in the end. We should have nicked that game. If Richarlison could finish his dinner, we would have won that game. End of. Right?
Injured and the
then next thing you know, all the Arsenal fans disappear for a week and they all come crawling back. Oh, yeah, well, we had an injury crisis. Oh, come on, give me a break. Arsenal FC or excuse FC. Tottenham have done the same this year. We played out a crap team, right, in the Carabao Cup. And look what it's done. Everyone said, oh, it don't matter because we'll end up facing City in the final. City are out. Perfect chance for us to go and win a trophy. Ange made a mistake. We move on. But for me, for you to call out Ten Hag as a fraud is laughable when you've got Arteta. All he is Pep's little puppet.
Honestly, for me, Tottenham are glorified West Ham, and I just respect.
Okay, darling.
The club. I respect the commitment.
Okay, thank you. We're still sitting top of the league, though. This glorified West Ham team.
I mean, Arteta, as if come on, that's a bit extreme. Look, for me, the thing with Arteta is, look, you still need to give him credit. Now, is anybody calling him this crazy, amazing manager? No, but what he did last season, or what he almost did last season, you've got to give him credit because this guy has slowly been building up Arsenal. Now, when you just look at how Arsenal have been playing, you have to give him credit. Like, my thing towards Arsenal is that I do agree with Jay. I don't think it's that a big a deal, them coming out of the Carabao Cup. I just don't, because I'm sorry. I'm not repping the Karabuki. Because, yeah, it's a trophy, yes, and everything, but nobody comes to us and says, hey, I'm the Karabuki winner. No, I'm sorry, I'm not. It's a side chick trophy. This really is about...
Can I stop you a minute to try on that theory? Lewis, your club is been the most successful in the past decade. You've got the greatest manager of his generation, one of the greatest of all time. Did your club, with that level of mentality, celebrate being the Carabao Cup winners?
I think we celebrated it. I think we celebrated it. And the other thing I'd say is, you're talking about the Carabao Cup as if it's like this dead competition. But what you got to remember is, whilst Pep Guardiola is in this division, it is going to be extremely difficult, let's be real, for any other team to win the Prem. That's just a fact. So you're not going to win the Champions League. I still don't think you're going to win the Premier League. So you've only got 2 competitions left, and you just thrown one of them away. And let's be real, if Arsenal was still in this competition, they'd be favourites to go and win it.
Exactly.
No. But so I've got to respond. But
sorry, I want to take what Lewis has said into a question. I want to ask a question.
God.
So if the greatest manager of his generation and one of the greatest managers of all time plays hard every season to win this trophy, and when they win it, they celebrate well, why, if that level of manager with that level of mentality, with a club like City, with how they run, if they celebrate it, why is it that either smaller clubs or clubs less successful in modern times have the right to dismiss it? It makes no sense.
No, Terry, I have an answer for you. Terry, I've got an answer. When City win the Carabao Cup, do they win it in a vacuum? No. Because that Carabao Cup is part of the Premier League. It's part of the FA Cup. If all City won was just the Carabao Cup, they wouldn't be celebrating it. That Carabao Cup is called supremacy because we've not only won the Carabao Cup, we also won the FA Cup. We also won the league. So every time they've won the Carabao Cup, it's either been that and the league or that and the FA Cup. But if you're a club and all you've won is the Carabao Cup, that is not as much of a flex as Carabao Cup, FA Cup, league.
Okay, I get that to a degree, all right? But at the end of the last season, if Arsenal would have come second and won the Carabao Cup, would it have been a better season than coming second and not winning the Carabao Cup?
Of course.
Oh, no, true, yeah. Second and win the cup,
that's my point. You don't know now what you're going to achieve at the end of the season. So this notion of it's okay not to win it is mad for me because you might end up winning another couple of trophies. You could have had 3 of them. And isn't the whole point of our clubs to win trophies? I've never understood this notion of playing down trophies. And the Carabao Cup gets it more than the FA Cup, but the FA Cup gets it more than everything else. I just find it, in my personal opinion, I think it's a shield. I think if you pretend it doesn't bother you, you feel that it makes you impervious to the banter and the criticism that comes with failing in that tournament. That's what I think people have done to both the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, and it's a shield. It's like a waterproof coat, so you don't get your hair wet. I don't know.
Okay, but Terry, wait one thing. Okay,
just give me 1 second. I'm sorry. This Carabao Cup thing, I get what Terry's saying. Second and Carabao Cup is better than second with no Carabao Cup. However, they have a Champions League game next week. He has to play his bench. He played his bench. It didn't work out. You guys wanted him to play. The same team every game. Yes, he played West Ham. Tough draw. Yeah, they lost. Yeah. He has to take it on the chin, realize that his bench is not as strong, and move on. However, if you choose a Carabao Cup over a challenging season or a progressive season for you, I think you would pick that.
Hang on a minute. No.
No, wait, no, that's spot on because
that's my opinion from outside.
Hang on a minute.
You don't like that.
That's spot on because I said when I saw the Arsenal team, I didn't complain, but I wanted changes. I wanted to win and I wanted changes. But when I saw the West Ham team, I thought we'd lose. It's a gamble. Arteta even said after the game he takes responsibility. It's a gamble that didn't pay off.
Nah, bro.
This notion of Arsenal relying on the League
Cup. No.
And it's a big trophy.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Wait a second. You're talking about a team that you believe can win the Premier League, but you make a couple changes in the Carabao Cup, and it's like,
oh no, about 7.
Well, you make changes in the Carabao Cup, and now all of a sudden that you just accept that you're going to lose.
Yeah, but West Ham didn't make changes.
No, they shouldn't. Nobody said that they should accept that they lost.
Look, it's a Premier League.
Nobody said that. LB. Nobody said that they should accept that they lost.
Arteta continually just goes out of these competitions like he don't care. He did last year. Yeah, he had.
No. But you see, Lee, you're talking from a very privileged position because you're talking from the position of a team who has completely, totally adopted the English football for years. So
3 teams. We have the smallest squad in the Premier League, as proven.
Yeah, maybe now you do. Maybe now you do. But before you never, you had about
hang on.
Elite.
This is the thing, right? We all laughed at City when they lost. Look at City when they lost Rodri. They look vulnerable and lost games. So let's not act like rotating doesn't damage them as well. The difference is they go into the game with the club, the fans, the manager demanding they win. Doesn't mean they always do. Too many of our clubs, and I know that Man United under Fergie were guilty of this in the League Cup. We'd go into it and we'd disregard it as unimportant because it was a way of deflecting when we got knocked out by Coventry or a small team at the bottom. I think it's cap. I think everybody's annoyed when they go out of it They just lie. Patty, sorry, mate. You were going to say something, bruv.
Yeah. I think it's so disingenuous. Like, basically, obviously, the Arsenal fan on today and people just disregarding a trophy that will springboard you and catapult you for the second half of the season, because obviously it comes a lot earlier than the other trophies. And first and foremost, there's no way Arsenal draw West Ham. That's a favourable tie for Arsenal. Let's be real. And then you see the lineup and then you make excuses. West Ham made changes. Fabianski starting in goal. He's not their starting keeper. They had Sufal, Mavropanos, Agard and Emerson on the back line. That's not their strongest back line. They had Jared Bowen playing through the middle. He's not a striker. So you can't tell that they didn't rotate and make changes as well. You got ran off the park, and just instead of you guys just to put a bit of pressure on Arteta to stop doing it, you're just like, oh, yes, all right, we've got other things to worry about. But at the end of the day, realistically, are you going to win the Champions League? No, you'll go out in the quarters or the round of 16, and you're not going to win the Premier League. Man City are levels above everyone else. Yes, you're going to compete. I do think that Arsenal are a good team. I'm not going to sit here and say you're not. I do think Arteta was a good manager, but you've just thrown away a chance of silverware.
No, yeah, just
what Patrick said. Okay, so just one point. What Patrick said is spot on. What we should analyze is in the Arsenal through the cup away is that your bench is still not good enough to win against a West Ham team that has rotated players. I think that's the best thing. That's the best thing that was said about this. It's not about going out of the cup. No. It's the analyzing of your team not having the good bench. That means if you play West Ham in the league away and you had a couple of players injured, you would lose, which doesn't happen.
West Ham didn't go super strong. They made changes. Jared Bowen playing through the middle. When does he ever do that? He's not a striker.
Thank you, Patrick.
Just to respond to you, Patrick, I don't know if you've got me mixed up with other Arsenal fans, but I don't delude myself. I just say it how it is. I know sometimes people don't like the truth, but I saw the Arsenal team, Nelson, Eddie, all this Havertz, Vieira. I saw their team, Paqueta, Bowen, Benrahma, Kudus. I said we're going to lose, and this is what happened. I don't know what else you want me to say about that.
I hear you on that.